Hello everybody and welcome to a new Let's Look At. My name is Ben the Human and this is Kaiserpunk. It's by Overseer Games. Thank you to Overseer Games for sending me a code to check out Kaiserpunk. It is a strategy management game set in kind of like an alternate steampunky world, post-World War I, I think. But you kind of like the world is like falling apart and you're kind of managing a city-state and trying to it seems like kind of a mix of Tropico, maybe it's just straight up Tropico. I've never actually played Tropico, but I actually want to run you through the tutorial here. I started it and there's a lot of information in there that is kind of helpful to understand how the game works. So we're actually going to do like a special two-parter. I don't only do one video on the weekends, but I think we're going to do one Saturday, one Sunday this week. So this is the tutorial it's going to take you through. And then we're going to start our own base once we finish the tutorial, and we'll run that video tomorrow. So look forward to that. With the war raging on pointlessly, the governor and his men took their fate into their own hands. Exhausted and desperate, they sought refuge in the nearby town. Their dreams and hopes were simple: a hearty meal and roof over their heads, with no one pointing a gun at them. Seems nice.
A battalion of battle-weary soldiers, having deserted the relentless conflict, returned to their once familiar land, only to discover a haunting sight. A desolate wasteland of ruins.
I love how it sounds like an old-timey radio show.
They encounter the lingering echoes of war, grappling with the ghosts of their past and the harsh realities of a world forever changed. Undeterred, they rally together, fueled by a resilient spirit to rebuild not just their lives, but also their shattered nation.
Commander, this ruined village is teeming with bandits. Before we can even think about returning to civilian life, we should clear them out. Our men are battle-hardened veterans, and this should not pose a challenge to them. Give the word, and we'll march in. Go! Oh, man, clinical. These people... Ah! Our guy got roasted. I forgot about our dude getting exploded there. Felt bad for him. Get owned. That was really loud. Sorry for the headphones users. I recognize some of those uniforms. Grenadier unit, or what was left of it. Yesterday's friends become today's enemies. I guess war has taken its toll on everyone's minds. Be on your guard, Commander, for we do not know if we've seen the last of them. After cleaning up the corpses, we must fix this rundown village. I'll organize our men to salvage what they can, while you set up the base, Commander. With luck and with some skill and some luck, we might salvage something useful. There we go. Get the tractor out. That tractor has no wheels. It is a ghost hover tractor. These men are hammering boards into the flat ground. That guy's welding something on the ground. He's hammering a brick wall. I would like to talk to some of these gentlemen about the jobs they're doing. That tractor does have wheels. No ghost tractor on this side of town. Commander, here to report. Our men have cleared most of the ruined village. While clearing, they salvaged and preserved what the materials they could for future building projects. It is a shame that so much of it is brought to be ruined by the war. We will use these resources well. It is a rocky start, but it is a start. Or should I say Commander, or should I say Governor? Welcome to the world of Kaiserpunk. Before you embark on the arduous journey of reclaiming and rebuilding the world, we're going to review the basics. For starters, we need to check the surrounding area. Let's pause real quick. I think I want to lower the volume just a tad. Like, the explosions specifically seemed really loud. I don't know how often that's going to happen, but just so we're not destroying anybody's eardrums more than we already have. Press WASD, sure. Q and E, rotate. Well done! Our men are without shelter. They are basically homeless. I suggest we build some basic shelters. Let's do that. Construct basic housing. Go down here. Laborer's house. I love that this game has like a grid system. I'm a huge fan of grid systems. I'm not such a fan of the fact that this building's entrance is like off center. What if we do this? And then we run Main Street not straight to the entrance of this church? With new housing, our men can properly head to work, knowing that they have a roof over their heads. We need to connect them with roads. We got dirt road. Whoop. There's the first road. I advise you to use roads every time you build something. Without roads, buildings and transport can't work properly. Our men have located ruins near our position. If the report is true, it seems that they are in repairable condition and we might be able to use them for ourselves if we repair them. After the repairs, we have to look for a way to move houses closer to our base. The ruins? All the way over here? These guys? Repair buildings. Repair the ruined houses and move them closer to the base. Okay. Salvage. Oh, this way. I was like, where are these buildings? They're on the other side of the dang map. All right. Repairing. Good. Unpause. I should just be clicking on the mini-map. Rock? Sure. We have 2 houses. What else could we build? Can't build any of these things yet. We haven't unlocked them. No utilities. Hey, we could make wood. Maybe we would like to split the town. Let's say left side is residential, right side is production. And maybe south side is like agricultural. My commander's name is Charlotte Hayes. Did I pick that name? I don't recall naming myself Charlotte. All right. Still repairing. Almost done. Good. I don't want to connect them. How do I pick you up? Ah, move mode. Hey! Can I click on the map? Yes! Amazing. Okay. How do I rotate? R. Then we go back, grab this guy. Go back over here. Ta-da! And then we connect them with roads. Very good. Perfect. Scars of war might be present on these buildings, but our workers are there to provide proper care. Our men are not able to properly feed themselves without food production buildings. For now, I advise rudimentary production of vegetables. That's what we were just looking at. So, agriculture. Let's set up the ag. So, there's coal over there. Maybe we set up the ag, like, south side. That's kind of my thoughts here. Go there. Let's make 2 farms. Also, we're supposed to build a depot. Provides logistical transport and resource transportation for buildings. Okay. Let's put that right across from this farm then. There we go. Ensure the building is working. Not working properly. Why not? Not linked to the town center. Oh, I didn't finish the road. There we go. And then produce 10 vegetables. Do you guys have workers? 10. How many workers do we have? 77 unemployed people. That's a lot of unemployed people. Well, while we're working on the vegetables, speed up a little bit. What else could we be building? We could be building grain. I think wood might be a good idea. Stone down there? Because, like, wood's just a useful material, right? Yeah, let's put it there. And run this guy there. Oh, thank you, Governor. Our men are able to feed themselves and their families now. We are now slowly developing. We require additional building materials to keep expanding. I suggest we start the production of basic materials such as plywood. Ah, see? Wood. Lumberyard. Okay. New development level reached. Huzzah. Are you what are you? Cotton field. That's not what we're looking for. Iron mine. Lumberyard. I mean, it makes sense that you'd be next to the wood, right? Because that is your job. I mean, you convert lumber into other stuff. Let's put you here. And then connect the road. We need 2 lumberyards. Ah. Too slow if you just build one. We'll put them right across from each other. And then keep the roads rolling. Like that. Not enough wood. Does that mean we need another forester? Maybe. Like here? Sweet. I like that you can just plunk stuff down. Are we even using resources to build this thing? I don't think we are. It does cost money to upkeep, and we only have $30,000. But we are making 5.8 somehow and only spending 2.4, so it's not too bad. And then produce lumber from the lumberyard. You're making plywood. Can I change what you're making? Yes. Governor, the materials are rolling in, and the men eagerly await new construction orders. If you need more plywood, do not hesitate to introduce new foresting areas and build additional lumber mills. It is time to dust off our thinking caps. I know it's been a while since we attended school and studied, but to build complex production chains, we need to study how to get there. Bear with me. I'll show you where and how to find the proper information. The dashboard must be opened. Where's the dashboard? There. Here. Oh, boy. I see. So we're gaining information in these different things because we're working with those buildings. Interesting. That's the research panel, Governor. In it, you will be able to keep track of your research anytime you want. Now, with things mulled over and knowledge gained, with a little help from me and the citizens, you are ready to tackle complex issues. Our people are asking for something to lift their spirits. We need something as simple as newspapers to provide them with entertainment. However, keep in mind, we will require electricity to start the production chain. So electricity comes first. We will build ourselves a windmill. Let's build this on the north side of town. Let's make like a little power yard. And then we make a substation. Let's go. I'm obsessed with like these like little pocket units. So I want to make a little 4x4. Like that. Perfect. A cellulose factory. Okay. Produces cellulose from wood. And you need power. So we will put you, and you need to be in the distribution zone. So I guess you should go right here. Or are you not in the power zone? Oh, you're not. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not linked to the town center? Maybe it is powered. No, it is not connected to the substation. How do I delete you? Demolish. Sorry about that. There we go. So the entrance has to be within that zone, I understand. And sure, it's working. Shouldn't you be getting wood? Produced in foresters. Oh, now we construct a paper mill. Okay. You also need power? You do. Okay. So maybe you could go here. Well, I wanted to use you for housing. So maybe right here is okay. My entire plan to have different districts has gone out the window. Like that. We're down to 2 dudes. Maybe we need to build more houses? One there, one there. Sure enough. Not producing. Is not working properly. Now it is. Now we need a printing press. So we need to turn the paper into newspapers. All right? Let's put it here. And then we're going to connect this road. That. There we go. And then you just need paper, which will be delivered from over there. Printing press now. No, that is what you are. Where's the paper? We have 48 local stock. Maybe they're still moving the paper. Where's my depot? You got paper? Concrete? Glass? Where do I see my, like, more advanced resources? Build additional depots. Oh, it's because we're outside the depot zone. Gotcha, gotcha. Where was the depot? Are you a depot? Nope. Here. You fit. Perfect. Delivering paper, I assume? Yeah. Good work on establishing newspaper production, Governor. Unfortunately, the news section is limited, but the people are happy that they can read something. Imagine what kind of... What are we printing? We live in the middle of nowhere. It's time for us to focus on bread production. Use what knowledge you've gained and build the bread production facilities. I've had enough of carrots. All right, grain field time. Let's revisit the field side of town. You're in the way. Can I get you out of here? I need technicians to salvage you. I don't know how to train a technician. So maybe we just build the grain farm right there. Oh, there's 2 entrances to the grain farm. That's interesting. One here, one there. Is there a third one down here even? Maybe. Flour mill. You need power, I assume. No? That's interesting. I could have swore you would have needed power. If I was a betting man, but I'm not really. I don't like betting. Mostly because I hate losing. Low population count. All right, new houses. Put them right into the spot that I left open for them. What do you need? You need grain? Not enough production resources. There will be eventually. They're still working on the grain down below. Now we need a bakery to turn that flour into bread. You can make pie if you get fruit. That's fun. You're slightly too large. But if we go like this, and then like this, that's pretty good. Assume you're waiting on flour now. Not enough production resources. Just give it time. There we go. A diverse diet is the key to happiness, for if their primary needs are not satisfied, you'll find your men grumbling soon enough. Now that their basic needs are met, people are asking for something to lift their spirits. Booze! You've already provided them with newspapers, but now they're requesting something extra. Perhaps new clothes. Ah, boo! I want beer. To feel renewed and civilized, although producing clothes will put a strain on our water supply, don't forget to take care of that as well. All right? Construct a water pump. Okay. Is that what this is? Yes. Right? You live out there now. And then a water tower. It's like we're pumping it into town. I understand how this works. So maybe we should try to centralize it? Or maybe we need more than one. So like one on that side of town. What do you cover? You cover basically that whole half of town. So let's put this guy here then. Do I need to connect you? I feel like I do. So maybe let's run this straight out of town. And then circumnavigate the rock. There we go. Good. Cottonfield. You will join your farm brethren on this side of town. Connect it up. Build the road through there. Close it out. Construct a weaver. Produces cloth and silk. You're a narrow building. That's kind of interesting. Maybe here? Yeah. Insufficient workforce. We need more homes. I think these people living near the farms would love to live out here. Plenty of laborers to be had. We also have access to the laborer high-rise, which gives us more laborers. And then we have manufacturer house for manufacturers. Maybe we should start swapping over to laborer high-rise. What is this? Is it a... It's a 6x4, which is a more dense building. But it doesn't quite open up things perfectly. Like this is an 8x8, so if we try to stuff a 6x4 in there, we've opened up a 2x8 strip that doesn't really work for anything. Build a clothier. Okay. We'll have to think about that new house. Clothier. Put you right here. Needing resources. It'll get them in just a second. Look at all the little trucks zipping around. How's our food production going? Our people are happy with the new clothes you've provided. It may not seem like much, but these simple luxuries mean the world to them. A word, if you can. Everything is going according to plan, but we should prepare for the future. If we secure a stockpile... Alcohol! Yes! We might attract new people to our town. Perhaps one's more skilled than our laborers. To get our hands on some alcohol, we need to contact the elusive smuggler who deals in various goods. I'm sure he can supply us with the alcohol. Plus, you could sell him some of our surplus plywood. We've got more than enough. All right, we must construct the market. Well, this is a cool-looking building. Let's put it right there. And then build a series of roads around it. Like that. That's a cool looking building. So now we must sell plywood. Trade, the lifeline of every city. Market building. Once you open the market, you might be able to find yourself wondering how this works. Mechanic of buying and selling looks daunting, but it's really simple. You are offered 3 choices: the amount of resources you wish to trade with, and whether you wish to buy or sell them. Okay, so we would like to add plywood, list it as do not buy, because we make plenty of it, and we would like to have in stock. Can I change it? Oh, yes. Let's change it to 4,000. Change it to 400. And then if we would like to buy alcohol, ale, does that count? Well, let's let the plywood go through. The selling of the plywood. We use it in construction of tier 1 buildings. We must be building like tier 0 buildings or something. Ah, ale is what we want to buy. So let's add ale as well. Prevent selling the resource. And we would like to purchase 10. Upgrades, trading list. We have plenty of people to work in there. Remove resource. Pause. I think I did it right. Clicking and locking the sell button. If you lock the sell button, they will only buy. And, there we go. Whew. I was like, I'm pretty sure I did that right. I hope you've familiarized yourself with how markets and trade work inside the city. Naturally, the trader will visit you occasionally, but his stock will change with each visit. Bear in mind, the world as it is might impede his travels, resulting in longer journeys or inventory change. As for the alcohol stockpile you provided, it will come in handy for times to come. Quality alcohol, like the smugglers supplied us with, is hard to come by these days. How do I know? Well, I've had a tasting session with the smuggler. Oh, chapter 2 already. Calm before the storm. With their first objective completed, the governor and his men enjoy their newfound peace, a hidden oasis that brings life to this war-ridden land, just like in a fairy tale. But fairy tales are unfortunately fairy tales, sweet and short-lived. Alexander Hamilton. Ding dong. Plug your eardrums, children. I turned down the volume, you saw it. It's so loud still. Oh my! We've been tanked. The tank blew up our clock tower. How are we gonna know the time? Oh man, we're under assault. Oh, fight back. Yeah, get on, nerds. I don't know how we're gonna blow up a tank though. I feel like we only have guns. Oh, maybe we have a cannon or two. Shooting that tank good. Although he seems to have scampered out of here. Not my bridge! Although I haven't even built across the bridge, so maybe it doesn't really matter. You buggers. Cough, cough. Are you safe, Governor? Unharmed? Men, form ranks and escort the governor to safety. Find me someone who can tell me what happened. And I want to know who was on watch today. I hope they got fired for that blunder. Seems like you lot have forgotten the discipline that was instilled into you. Apologies, I lost my cool there. I'm relieved that you're safe and unharmed. Unfortunately, our lookouts have been killed, which is why the enemy was able to get so close without us noticing. If I had to guess, I'd say they're either allies of the former inhabitants or part of their main force. However, whoever they are, we cannot let this go unpunished. Our men may have given up war, but this is different. They will gladly fight to defend their homes. We need someone to lead them afield, and I know just the man. I regret to inform you due to recent events that all trade has been suspended. The smuggler states that he doesn't feel safe in our region, so he won't be returning until we have dealt with the issue. I've collected data and placed the available maps on your table. My suggestion is that you consult them about our state of affairs so we can plan our next step. Open the world map. Here. We live in Central Europe. 100 distinct regions, each with its natural resources, can be exploited from your home region. To access the world, we've done that. If you look closely at the bottom of the screen, you will notice different categories or filters. This will allow you to see the world differently. Open world movement. Zoom. Sure. I reckon you have familiarized yourself with the layout of the world. It's time to assemble the troops. Can we live in Iceland? I don't think so. Iceland looks like it might be off limits to us. Actually, maybe it is available to us, because it only looks like we can see the people nearby. It's my home down here, somewhere in that woods. It's time to assemble the troops and deal with the threat. In order to properly defend ourselves and neutralize the threat, we need equipment. Good thing our men have kept some of their gear tucked away for precaution. I will make sure they get extra rations for their foresight. Their gear will suffice for limited combat operations. As soon as you build the base, they will muster and await your further instructions. Construct a military base. Army units do not fall from the sky or magically appear in Kaiserpunk. In order to build an army, you have to have a military base that will grant you one army. Okay, so it's kind of like Risk a little bit. There are 3 different branches of military in Kaiserpunk: aviation, navy, and ground units. Makes sense. Army cards and units. A battalion is represented by an army card on the world map. Each battalion can host 8 different units. For example, you could create an entire infantry battalion, or you could go with artillery and tanks included, creating combined arms. Naturally, the army can fight with sticks and stones, but in the 20th century, it is unadvisable to let them to do that. Properly arm your men, you need to secure a production chain of resources associated with the military. If you do not have the required resources to supply the army, its quality will drop and that will incur penalties for attack and defense. That makes sense. Okay, so I own here, Crestwood. I'm going to build a military base. Militia? Construct a military base. How do I do that? You were so good about telling me how to do this before. Region upgrade to build. Outpost, propaganda bureau, farming center, infrastructure, mining site, tax office, airbase. Maybe do I just close the military base? Or maybe it's not on the overworld. Ah, you tricky buggers. All right, so factory, military, munitions factory, military base. There it is. Okay. I was like, I must be doing something wrong. Let's put the military base... Well, it needs a supply chain, so maybe we put it like right here. The men have mustered and the army is ready. Our men are prepared to face the enemy. Morale is sky high. After all, they know what is at stake. They need marching orders. It is time to leave the city and proceed to the battlefield. Although they hoped they wouldn't be summoned to the front again, this time they're fighting for something else. Give them their marching orders. Deploy the infantry. Okay. Press the army card on the world map right here. Sure. And choose a region where you want to deploy the army. Where are the bandits? Here? Press the army card. There. Oh, deploy. Got it. Here? We're deploying to our own region? I guess that is where the bandits are. Okay. We've done it. They will deploy in 1 day. Unpause. $17 hours. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. Oop. I wonder if we shouldn't start working on getting like munitions up and running. Although it kind of looks like you need a lot. So you could use bread and vegetables for food rations, bread and canned meat for army rations. Handguns need lumber and steel. We don't have any steel, so maybe that's what we start working on. We got zinc? What am I going to do with zinc? Water? Is there steel around here? Gravel? Clay? What am I going to do with any of this stuff? Iron. Coal? Okay. Mining. Copper mine. Our army is marching towards its destination. Once assembled, they will act under your orders. I shall leave you now in the capable hands of our military advisor, provided he sobers up. It's us versus Scotland. How do you wish to proceed? The Douglas 1st Battalion versus the Wyatt 1st Battalion. We have twice as many soldiers as they do. To battle. Okay. Oh, They haven't told me what to do, so I'm just going to hit the play button. There they go. Shoot. Bam, bam. Oh, they shot back. You are victorious. We have successfully defended your region. Can I fight them again? The enemy has attacked our troops, but they made a grave mistake by underestimating us, thinking that we would be easy prey. After their first successful ambush, they grew bold, but our men managed to push them back. Unfortunately, we suffered casualties. However, because they are fighting for their home, men are applying in droves, allowing us to properly reinforce our weakened units.
Stand by.
Reinforcing the army. Okay. Take into consideration that your men aren't machines. They require rest after being spurred to action. The rest period is represented by a cooldown. After doing an action such as attacking, moving to a different region, or boarding your units onto a ship, you will notice a clock located above your army. Okay, so we defended, so we didn't actually have that cooldown. Indicates a cooldown time before your army can do another action. The moment the clock disappears, your army is ready to act again. Okay. Injury and death. Your units will take damage from the enemy. However, you can reinforce your units with fresh recruits. If a unit is injured, you can reinforce it from the army panel on the world map or in the military base. Reinforce. Reinforce. And that's all she wrote, because we don't have enough stuff to reinforce with. Recruits, that is. If the unit is completely destroyed, you'll have to retrain it from scratch, which takes longer. Okay, well, let's give it some time, because these guys are being reinforced. Maybe time doesn't move in the overmap? Yeah, it definitely didn't. Are we gaining more recruits?
Go ahead.
Reinforce. Okay, we have to wait for a few more recruits to show up because we need to reinforce the whole army.
Stand by.
I don't know where it shows recruits. Is that a thing I can put up here? Where are recruits at? I don't know. Well, we could put machine guns up there, which is very specific. Got handguns. Yeah, I don't see like raw recruits as like a resource we could be keeping track of. Is there like this little people symbol? I don't even see it on the thing up there. So that's guns. Clothes. Maybe I'm blind, but I just don't see it. That's fine. Well, we're recruiting, we're reinforcing everybody now. So let that go. And then we, I assumedly we go and destroy the enemy. Once our reinforcements are all done. Yeah. With their fighting strength renewed, the men await further orders. However, before assigning them a new task, it would be wise to attend to other matters concerning the army supply issues. Before we embark on a campaign to clear the wretches that attacked us not once but twice, we need to ensure our supply lines are sorted out. It has come to my attention that this region is rich in natural resources, which will provide valuable to us. To start, we need to set up production of iron and coal. Okay, so we were kind of talking about that before we got involved in the assault there. So we've got an iron mine. Looks like we'll need to build another hub to support the logistics. So put that right across the way. And then we will build a road. How do we want to connect you? Right there is fine. And then we must build a coal mine doing similarly. Iron mine, coal mine. And you're also outside the distribution zone. So we're going to have to build a depot for you as well. Are we doing on people? We're well below our laborer capacity. So we need to build some more homes. So let's start adding the higher density housing in here. That. Laborers high rise. It's too big. This is exactly what I was talking about. Is it doesn't fit anywhere. Maybe we put it there. Great work. The resources from those natural deposits will be crucial for more sophisticated production. If we're properly going to supply our troops, we need to have a functioning arms production chain. However, before that, we need to have more raw materials. We managed to do the first part well, but we need more additional resources. We must expand our mining facilities so we can increase production. Construct a zinc mine. Okay. Well, we know where zinc is. All the way down here. This one is lucky enough that it doesn't need a depot for itself. We just need to connect it to the road system here. There we go. And now a copper mine. I don't know if I saw copper anywhere. There are a lot of resources around. Oh, copper's not too far away. Okay. Copper, zinc, copper. I could kind of jam it in like right there. I think I'm going to. It's just touching a tiny corner. So let's zoom you like that. Excellent. I can see miners going to work with their heads held high. Our city is thriving. Now comes the challenging part. The ore that our workers have gathered needs to be properly processed and turned into advanced materials. So we need to make a smelter. Let's connect this road through here, though. Just so, like, if they're... Oh, you went around the mountain. So if they're building... We should just build it like this. There we go. Smelter. Good. Refinery. Smelter. How big are you? Not super big. But you're too wide to put side by side there. So maybe like this? 2 smelters? You make brass? And then you make steel. And sure, they're working. We'll give them a second for the materials to catch up. Waiting on production resources, which is copper, zinc, iron, coal. Sure. I think it might take a little bit because especially like the zinc is on the other side of town. So it's going to take a minute for it to get up here. You guys driving. Hey, you got your stuff and you're already working on it. Good job. You've got coal. You got iron. You do. Just waiting on the trucks. We don't have any workers is part of the problem. High rise. Maybe back to back like that. Now we have enough workers again. Good. Still waiting. There we go. Furnaces are roaring and the blazes of fire can be seen from far away. We are one step closer to our goal, Governor. Before we start the factories, we need skilled labor. Our current workforce is not sufficiently skilled to tackle the complex industrial production inside the facilities. Now we need to attract skilled labor. To do that, we must provide them with housing and other incentives, like the ale we bought last time. Let's hope that man hasn't found his way into our supply depot. Let's build 5 manufacturer houses. Okay, well... Plug you in there, and there. And then we'll put you right next door to your laborers' brethren. We're out of plywood. Or was that lumber? Nope, that's plywood. And we're out of electricity, okay. Get me some more windmills, please. We're also out of plywood of that, too. Money's still pouring in, so we just need to build up our plywood reserves. I wonder if we shouldn't make another lumber yard. You're a depot. You're the lumber yard. So you're making plywood, you're making just normal wood. Lumber. What do we use lumber for? Does anybody know? Probably other buildings, if I had to guess. Production of something. Gramophones, handguns, recon planes, blimps, destroyers, airplanes, and triplanes. Let's switch you to plywood for a second. It seems like plywood is the building material. Which is kind of interesting. I need 20 more plywood. Still waiting. We just need one more manufacturer's house, and then we can start working on the energy crisis. How do I get access to the coal power plant? I need higher development level. That does make sense. Go back up to speed 2. They keep knocking me down to speed 1, and I'm whenever I'm on a strategy game, I definitely prefer running at speed 2, just kind of in general. I can see new faces in the city, eager to work. It's time to provide employment for the newcomers. They are skilled enough, and we can count on their efficiency. Without further ado, we need to build factories, Governor, so we may start with arms production. You require lots of plywood and bricks. Well, we don't have any plywood, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait. I feel like it probably would behoove us to build some more lumberyard, or at least one more lumberyard. Brewery, clothier, weaver, bakery, flour mill. Where'd the lumberyard go? There it is. Under heavy industry. Ah, we just chewed through our backlog of plywood. That's why it was so easy to build things. But now, you should help us out. More plywood. Good. How are we doing on, like, basic lumber? Is that a thing? How much do we got? 708. Okay, we're doing fine. We would like to build 2 factories as well. So honestly, I'm going to throw down another lumberyard under heavy industry here. Just to get that plywood off the ground. Just rolling real fast here. We don't seem to be doing poorly with regards to energy. So I'm going to ignore that for a second. Which is weird because every building I drop, it keeps it keeps kicking the power down further and further. Make more plywood. Make it fast. How often do you produce plywood? It doesn't really say. What are we doing on laborers? We have 100 manufacturers, 26 laborers. So we have plenty of laborers. I know you don't have electricity, so we're definitely going to have to address that from a plywood perspective as well. Let's kick this up to speed 3. It's because all we're doing is waiting around for more plywood to show up. All right, second factory. You don't fit in there, but you do fit here. So I'm going to put you there. Complete this road here, and then we're actually going to run some power plants right alongside you. There. Power surplus. Fantastic. And then do we need another power station? No, you're a part of the power station. You're a part of the power grid. Select the resource and produce handguns. Guns. What are you making? Food rations? That does seem useful for the army, huh? Kick it back down to 2. It'll take just a second for the... Yep. Our industrial revolution has begun, Governor. The supplies we need should be available shortly. The factory alone can't meet our supply demands. That's why we have specialized factories designed to lighten the workload and ensure high-quality production. Build a munitions factory. Okay. Put that, you don't quite fit. We'll put you next door to the other factory, though. Artillery, bombs, ammunition. Ammunition is the way to go. We have enough manufacturers for this one. We're just waiting on cellulose and brass. Surprised it doesn't need black powder. Bullets made out of paper and brass. That's kind of cool. You can see like the delivery zone. This one is green because it's so short. This one is yellow because this one's pretty far and this one's kind of medium far, and then that one had a red one. Now you're familiar with specialized factories, it will be much easier to plan resource production one step closer to the goal. Before we give marching orders, we need heavy equipment to break our enemies' backs. While it might not be ready during the army assembly, it will form crucial backbone of our armies in the future. I implore you to look into tank production. We will already have some tanks from our former unit, but there are not enough of them to form a standing armor unit. So we will build a vehicle factory now, which needs even more plywood. But we have enough plywood. We just got it. Can you fit? I'll put you here. And then produce tank. We need 75 manufacturers, which requires at least 4 houses, which requires at least 40 plywood. Okay. So manufacturers. Oh! What just happened? What are we observing, gentlemen? Oh, the old tank. If my memory serves me right, during our retreat, we passed an abandoned military depot with heavy equipment. It might be a long shot, but we could send our guys to see if there's anything useful left. Sure. Why are you sneaking that way? Our men had found functional tanks in that abandoned depot. It seems that during the hasty retreat or perhaps desertion, the brass overlooked them. It doesn't matter, they will serve us well. Okay, hold on. Let me build my tank factory. Give me a second here. So 30 manufacturers. Okay, so we actually only need 3 housings for manufacturers here. So 1, 2. Each of you costs 20. For some reason, I thought you only cost 10. Repaired buildings. Which building am I supposed to repair? All the way down here. Okay. That's not the building. It's even further. Ah. This building. We need 50 manufacturers to do this? Fine. We'll build the 2 buildings that I wanted to build, and then we'll be able to do that. I assume they only get borrowed for 50 for a bit. Can I shut you off for a second, actually? Yeah, okay. We'll borrow these guys for a second here. Flip this around. And then you go there. Good. Salvage. Yes. Thank you. 10 tanks to be got. That's great. And then you, I will put you back to work. Produces tanks and artillery. I would like to make A tank. 1. Produce 2 tanks. Fine. Okay. You should have told me that. Speed up time. We're just waiting for these guys to finish repairing. They're zooming. Look at how fast they go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Huzzah! The tanks are assembled, Governor. Now we just need experienced people to man them. Now that we have the needed equipment, we need to start with the training. A tank won't drive itself, and with the hands of the inexperienced is practically useless. In the worst case, our men could get hurt, too. Once they've been properly trained, send them to reinforce the army. Train army units. Oh, okay. Infantry tank. Infantry tank. Infantry tank. Infantry tank. Fantastic news. There they go, being trained. Good news. What do you mean it's not working properly? Oh, is it because I've run out of tanks to train with? What else could you make? Artillery? A field gun? That's kind of cool. Military resource. Well, we'll hold off on that. Maybe I can set you guys free for a second because we don't need the power. The power drain. Morale at 60. Is that good? Is that bad? Yours is at 51 and the other one is at 70, which is yellow. How you guys doing? 62, 63? Can I go even faster? Nope. 3 speed is the fastest you can go. We've still yet to produce one more tank. Things are going well, though, I think. I wonder, can we make our own ale? Brewery! Takes grain. Heck yeah, let's do it. Put this up here, maybe. Who works in this building? Laborers. Fantastic. Not working properly? It will be shortly. We just need more grain. How's the grain production coming? 324, positive 6. And this uses 40. It uses 5 per ale. Okay. Army units have finished training. Deploying the army unit. Okay, so do we go to here? Mid-range? Deploy. Deploying in 1 day. Okay. Give it a day. We'll train another one in the meantime. And then they will tell me when it has deployed, so I don't need to pay too close attention to it. Cotton's still doing fine. Positive 5 at 220. Money's still coming in like gangbusters. Vegetables is right on, basically. A positive 1. How are you guys doing? Paper's doing good. Flour mill's doing good. Bread is negative. So do we need more bread? I think we do. So why don't we get another bakery? Oh, you can hear their thunderous roars, Governor. They echo and reverberate through the city. Our enemies will soon learn to fear our might. Speaking of fear, Howard is awake and sober. He wants to have a word with you. Nothing is better than a good sleep to sober you up. Douglas is the name, but that's not important. I'm here to see how you handle yourself when the S hits the fan, and I'm thirsty now. I guess you gave them quite the beating the first time they attacked you. They ran back to their holes. Now they brought more men to entrench themselves. But we've got something new as well. With the new mechanical wonders, it's time to end this game. Give the order and let's teach them a lesson. All right, attack the West Balkans. We've got our army here.
Loud and clear.
Attack. Begin. Oh. Ooh, the tank fires. Oh, they got wrecked. Not even close. Your troops have marched into the region's capital. Destroy an enemy army. There they go. Beaten to a pulp, Governor. The enemy is shattered and unable to fight anymore. That will teach them not to mess with us. My business is war, while Mitchell deals with the boring stuff. He's probably waiting for you. I trust your foray into the enemy territory was successful. Now on to the harder part. It's time to stabilize the territory and rule over it. I suggest you build a propaganda bureau to ensure people receive your message. We've uncovered a stash of materials that we could use to build a propaganda bureau, so there are no worries here. Okay. Propaganda bureau. I saw that in here. There it is. Bam. Done. How long does it take to build? 1 day. Okay, I'm gonna take. You know what? We're gonna pause the episode here. It's been about an hour, and I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. But we will pick up the tutorial tomorrow, and then we will roll back the series next time with a new playthrough. So I think we're gonna knock out the tutorial tomorrow. Tune in for that. That should be a good one. And then we will come back later and run kind of a mini campaign with our own city-state that's not a part of the tutorial. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Kaiserpunk, you want to see how I finish the tutorial, or you want to see the next game that I play on the Saturday evening through Let's Look At series, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!